never, no indeed. Even chaos must fall under its blade. But we could not do it. To unleash such merciless evil would show us to be no better than our enemies. The entire world would have feared us when it was done. And to have become so much like our enemy was unthinkable. Just unthinkable.
And so you didn't use it?
We knew the price. The best we could hope for was to defend it bravely. But we are not warriors.
You mean Chaos stole the scythe?
Of course.
We did what we could, but it was not enough. Remember us, my young friend. Tell the word. But we fought with courage and chose death with clarity.
Just like, oh yeah.
Above all else.
I don't understand why you can bring Rusty back from being eaten to the bone, but not good mold from something that hasn't even killed him. I don't know either, but that's what it was. On the gravestone, she had death with clarity.
From here. It appears I can't get there from here.
So you cannot go and save those guys at the bells either. That's a good point. Spray's trucking.
Wait, make sure that saved. Yep. Okay, good.
Space trucking.
Yeah. Well, I got Spire Architect. That's a Black Sabbath song. And
here we go. This is about the Chaos Realm.
Welcome, Bobbin. You have joined us here
The
at
swans
last.
are all here.
Where am I?
You are outside the pattern, the home of the dead, and of those transcended.
The Shore of Wonder?
Yes, Bobbin, the shore of wonder. And you are the first to behold it with mortal eyes.
Well, we could do the spell of transcendence, the opposite,
Your
right?
journey has been long, and you must
bring
have
them
many
all back.
questions.
You're the swan that appeared each year on my birthday, aren't
Love
you?
that. I
You
love
saw
that
me
music.
clearly then. I was never sure, but those visits meant so much. My only chance to watch you grow. You see, the elders forbade me to set foot on Loom Island just after you were born.
I thought you came to visit me, but I never quite believed it.
Call it a mother's curiosity. For indeed, Loon Child, that is who I am.
My mother is a swan?
Indeed. In mortal life, however, I was Lady Signa Threadbare, banished by the elders 17 long years ago for drawing an unforeseen infant out of the loom. How I've longed to know you, and you to know me, my son.
Liar. That's just not true. My mother is buried in the weaver's graveyard.
Dear Hetchel, she and the elders put that stone there so you wouldn't ask too many questions. Hetchel vowed to protect you forever, Bobbin. She is my dearest friend, and she loves you very much. But I fear her love has driven her to recklessness.
What do you mean? Where is she?
She flew off to Loom Island to confront the dead ones.
The dead ones are after her?
It's not Hetchel they're after, my son. They want the loom itself. If Chaos masters its secrets, the pattern will be hers to control. Hetchel plans to destroy the loom if Chaos doesn't consume her first.
No, I've got to go back there, now!
You won't get far in that direction. The loom lies beyond the lake. No, you must try a more subtle strategy.
Oh. What do you propose?
The dead ones move between the holes your bishop friend rent in the pattern. If you weave the holes closed, it will be harder for them to follow you.
The sound just went on in the game.
Her eyes. They're just like mine.
That's why we keep seeing it. Isn't we're
Her
seeing our
eyes.
Hetchel, we're seeing
They're
our
just
mother,
like mine.
and we've now seen our mother. Remember the spell of transcendence? But she said something about closing the holes first. So let's go close the holes of all those different worlds.
yeah. So
And once we do that, then
kind of wonder, are we getting closer, or are we like partway? Because there's still a lot of other spells we haven't learned. I mean, unless it's just like, nah, here's just... Oops.
You can't be in there. When it's green, can't you cast? When you have it in your purview? Maybe you have to be in there, but I don't think that makes any sense.
Doesn't,
Maybe you have to do the other one first. Maybe it has to be in order. Or maybe you close the big hole on the other side.
It's not allowing me to like do anything there. Can I go down, or is he saying no? I should wander off too far.
I don't know.
Well, let's go all the way over here and see what happens. Maybe that interface is acting a little wonky.
I think I'll stay out of there. That dragon looked rather hungry.
What if I do?
Okay. So now we're closing holes.
Maybe I should stand a bit closer.
We thought so too.
Maybe I should stand a bit closer. Maybe I should stand a bit closer.
Space scene is pretty cool. That.
That was different.
Okay. Oh, we learned the B now.
That's
Yay.
the last hole. Now, let's go
Okay,
find
so we
Hetchel.
learned the B.
I don't think we've learned any spells with B, and then there's of course the big C.
So we're going to learn some more spells now with B in it. It's B flat? B?
Just B.
Okay.
Her eyes, they're just like mine. Her eyes, they're just like mine.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, all you see is just your eyes. So. I don't
She
know,
said
can we do
that you go...
reflection or
Maybe reflection. She said you go... She said that's not the way, and... Here you gotta be a swan.
Your drafts have no power over me, Bobbin.
Or does it just go by? Maybe just.
You
Okay.
just go past.
large kind of loom. Okay, just made that really quick.
Mind yourself, Bobbin. Get your distaff ready. You must unmake the loom now before chaos takes control.
It'd be great to learn the note.
How? I don't know what draft to use.
Birds and children have no business wielding such power.
Weavers are the only ones who do have the right to use this power.
Destiny has blessed you, young Threadbare. For you alone will live on to pass your guild secrets to others more worthy of them. I invite you to serve my new empire as advisor.
Guess what? That's gonna happen.
You? Advisor?
Of course, I will expect your full cooperation in this historic exchange of goodwill. After all, anything else may bring harm to our relationship.
Don't listen to her, Bobbin. Heed me now. Here are the threads that will unmake the loom.
Silence.
Mitchell, say something, please. I need that draft.
Enough! I lose patience in the presence of inferior beings. You will now instruct me in the use of this fascinating instrument.
Over my dead body.
Preference
The
level.
best phrase to use.
Literally. Do you hear the ding?
beak moves, but there's nothing,
ding,
not a sound.
ding.
Do we have an opposite for silence spell?
I don't know if we've learned silence. One of them was on there, and I didn't see that that's been. See?
A beak moves, but there's nothing, not a sound.
Can we open her beak?
B
A
A G
G
F.
F.
B A G F. Oh yeah, I can see it moving in my mouth.
So BAGF, and that, I think that worked.
Oh, thank goodness. Now, Bobbin, quickly. The threads you need are...
Ducks are meant to be eaten, not heard.
It's being controlled.
Oh, boom.
There's
There you
the
go.
chicken.
We were discussing the secrets
I think
of
we
the
heal.
loom.
That's not helping.
That's the chicken that we've been seeing all
Yeah.
along. Do they heal?
And the CAAC.
It might help to point. That's not helping. That's not helping. It might help to point at something first.
There we go. That's all.
That's not helping.
What's the opposite of what we're doing here?
It's a palindromes. CAAC.
No. I mean, what's the opposite of her of being cooked?
Uncook.
Well, I don't think that's an
Maybe it's
unmaking.
unmaking. or
But we don't know unmaking.
B F B F.
BFBF.
Okay.
So try FB.
FB.
Yeah. We are a duck.
Close your eyes now, Bobbin. But keep your ears open. Here descends the third shadow.
That bird has annoyed me once too often. Now, my esteemed advisor, where were we before
Just a
we were
feather.
so rudely
Healer.
distracted?
Hetchel's black feather. She left one behind.
And so she did. I think I shall keep it as a souvenir of our little encounter.
I want that feather. Give it to me.
My, impudent, aren't we?
What was that, BC?
BCCB? What was BCCB? Mend?
I advise you not to approach me too closely, Weaver boy.
Well? B.
Throw away that stick, young fool. Your Weaver magic can't begin to touch me.
I think we're unmade.
Bobbin, you did it! The loom is unmade!
That's what it was, unmaking. That was the B.
Ignorant fools! Do you comprehend what you have done? None of us can pass across this rift your Weaver mischief has so blindly created. Your pious meddling has brought the end of my dream. You will hear for all eternity the cries of those you have abandoned, Bobbin Threadbare. You will always know that you have left them under my rule.
We abandon no one. When our side of the pattern is mended, we will return and put an end to your evil.
Come, Loom Child. It is time for us to begin our destinies anew.
So we learned C.
High C. There we go.
So now we would
So
transcend.
soon, Weaver? I was looking forward to spending more time with you.
We close in the... Okay. Well, would you like to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and viewers on Big Follows, not com.
Myself. Oh, what if we do this? See.
We're going to transcend.
Fly away while you can, young Threadbare, and know that we will most assuredly meet again.
I am ready, Mother. Let's go.
Wow. So that was the end of that.
As that review mentions, it's like it, you know, kind of almost as a
Why
cliffhanger.
did you teach us aphrodisiac?
Well, I'm kind of wondering about a bunch of these. Like, did we miss things, or is it just a whole bunch of other spells used to confuse you that may not exist?
It might just be that those are the red herrings. So I'm looking through something and
Desire,
seeing
shrinkage, healing, reflection.
if there was
Water
like, if
proofing,
we could have used.
fusion.
Oh, Don said that was intentional.
What?
That
Oh,
was
just all the
weird.
extra. Okay, I thought it was like a whole bunch of other spells you
So
learned
he
or
kept
something.
thinking that we weren't done.
Unless it was things intended for like the other characters, like Fleece and Rusty or something.
We never
like
did
that.
heal the sheep. Okay, so let's talk about the ending, because Did we save the world or did we just abandon it?
Well, it kind of got rendered, and at least what it mentioned in that book was it was intended the next two books would be, or next two games would be used to help finish the rest. Oh, it said something about a script by Orson Scott Card Scott.
Okay. So that's all. We just kind of like put it in a holding pattern, waiting for the next game that never did occur.
Yeah.
Why didn't it?
I'm going to guess this game just didn't sell well enough or something. But
No. I felt like we split reality into one part being buggered and the other part being safe. Yeah, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That was interesting.
Wow. Finished.
We finished it.
Yeah,
I feel
was trying
like,
to figure out,
wow.
are we getting near the end or
well, that's
what?
what
Because there seemed like a whole bunch of other spells. And
that would have felt like, and then we were like looking at all the other spells, and we're like, did we miss something?
I'm kind of wondering why they bothered having the B and then the high C. It almost felt like you didn't really use the B until the very, very end. Anyway.
So Trembler was discovered by a reckless and now very dead spellweaver who directed the threads of rending upon the thought to be dormant volcano. Eagerly sought after by the Guild of Seismologists, this extremely dangerous draft is included here only for reference. Its spinning has been forbidden. Okay, tongues is another one.
Tongues kind of funny.
The pattern of tongues was first spun into the dinner placements at the 423rd conclave of the guilds held at Elstree in 7610. For the first time, the guild's delegates could understand each other's speeches, and the innovation was widely praised until an undertaker was overheard insulting a florist. Both guilds were plunged into a bloody war lasting 500 years. Summoning. Chiefly spawned by the elders in those rare instances when the member's physical presence is required in the sanctuary, the draft may be perceived by its recipient in many ways. It often takes the form of a small luminous spheroid referred to in children's story as a messenger nymph. These are ones that did not rending. The inventors of this innocent giraffe could not have imagined how badly it would be abused. The Guild of Embalmers originally licensed the giraffe for tearing rags into a long strip. When the embalmers were disbanded in 6529, a legal battle awarded the rights of the guild career politicians who employed it to shred documents. The secret wandered from one unscrupulous guild to another until it ended up among the assassins, whose uses for rending are too horrible to describe. Let's see what else we did not see. Shrinkage. Many simple fabric contract when exposed to moisture or heat. In studying this phenomenon, the ancient weavers isolated the threads that caused this natural shrinkage and soon developed a draft to weave the effects into a material object. Be wary in its use. Once spun, the shrinkage threads can never be unwoven. Waterproofing. The 5992 expedition of the 5th Elder Spindleshank to the rainforest of Lesser Uxbridge yielded this very practical draft which shields any fabric from the effects of moisture. The poison galoshes panic of 6003 almost resulted in a permanent ban on waterproofing until it was revealed that the magazine test reports had been rigged by the Guild of Umbrella Openers. Desire. The draft of Desire has the origins of the primitive days of our community when it was used to lure unsuspecting passerbyers into the guild shop. When spun upon a creature or person, it warps the threads around the spellweaver so that he or she resembles whatever the thing the victim desires the most. The illusion is quite fragile and impossible to maintain for more than a few months. Confusion. The reason why this unusual draft was first developed is lost in its time. The revisionists claim that it was spun into cheaper fabrics sold at the guild shops in attempt to undermine the confidence of the bargain hunters, Whatever its origin, confusion potency has not diminished over time. One spin leaves a victim helplessly bewildered until the spellweaver is out of its sight. The Guild of Umbrella Openers has embroiled in a bitter feud with the Brotherhood of Umbrella Closers.
Almost Monty Python-ish.
Shaping. Only a handful of weavers possess the concentration necessary to shape a material substance. The threads of this draft must be spun with the unusual single-mindedness before the pattern will yield. And even then, a successfully shaped object may revert to the original form if the draft is not rewoven periodically. Okay, hold on. So we got desire, we got the confusion. Folding. An archaeological evidence suggests folding was never supposed to be spun upon the fabric of space. Instead, its inventors seem to have been more concerned with the management of laundry. No faster or more convenient way has been found to move a spellweaver from one place to another. Caution must be exercised when folding a section of space already folded by another spellweaver. Careless spinning can create uninhabitable wrinkle zones such as Gainsborough blind spot. Okay.
These sound like there could have been some really
They could have done a lot with this, which is a kind of a shame that aphrodisia. So I was waiting for these. The Guild's quick rise to prosperity and influence was due to the large part to the success of this bestseller. Fabrics woven with the thread of aphrodisia are guaranteed to soften the hearts of even the most indifferent love interest. Only the elders are privileged to know the true origin of the draft. Rumors of the secret affair between second elder Twilfast and the members of the guild organist are malicious and completely unfounded. Warmth. What weaver has never been wrapped in the cozy thread of warmth? Second only to aphrodisia in popularity, they are often sold together. Warmth has been a staple of our guild for much of our recorded history. Even the thin gauze coverlet feels as substantial as a pronumbrium quilt after a single application. Emptying. The contents of almost this one, we did the emptying. That one's done. Unmaking. Didn't we unmake her from
That's what I'm thinking.
I think that was unmaking, was when we unmade her from a chicken to an actual live. So I would, if you're going to reference this or play this again, I'm not sure what's left though. I'm not sure if there's any more content that we missed. We didn't use too much of a walkthrough. Extinguishing is one. Okay, so we have extinguishing. Open flames are easily smothered by the draft of extinguishing. It untangles the thread of oxygen and fuel within a conflagration almost instantly, if any side effects or very little smoke. The Guild of Firefighters awarded us with their 622 Plague of Distinction for the development of the safe, fast-acting treatment. And finally, I think it's Blessing, also known as Casino Bane, right? Casino's Bane. Blessed items are acquired as charm state of probability which manifests itself as good luck to laymen. Use of this draft outside the guild is restricted by the Emmerich Agreement of 5858, which coincidentally supplies our treasury with an ample endowment from the Order of the Statisticians. So there were so many in the book of patterns that we didn't even use. But Don says nothing's missable.
Yeah. So as you mentioned, it sounds like there's alternate solutions with the dragon. There seem to almost be things that I want to go back and take care of things, but I mean I think it's just more of like, okay, here you just get the hint or learn a certain spell or something like that.
Yeah, you couldn't go back like with the sheep. You couldn't use healing on the sheep.
Yeah,
that one bothered me because
we didn't know the letter, the note A yet. So, yeah, just tiny things like that. But I thought this was definitely a very kind of interesting approach to things with using the distaff and the spells. It's very kind of an interesting approach. I kind of like to see other games where maybe you use things kind of like that approach or runes. Actually, I'd have to check Betrayal Krondor. I think maybe some of the spells were a little like that. But it's kind of a different approach. I could imagine it'd be interesting if you had like a console game where to cast a spell, you just typed like a certain combination of the letters or something like that. I think that'd be kind of an interesting approach.
Without having spoken to Master Goldmold about the Diamond Chalice and the Chromax Conundrum already, enter the passage containing the Diamond Chalice above through the graveyard. Click on the chalice once and cast Fill. The glass will fill with a deep red liquid. Master Goodmold will come off screen as usual, and his usual conversation will contain a remark about how you irreverently filled the glass, since he talks about how it was on loan to the Bitcher, so the liquid must be wine.
Casting what?
You cast Fill.
Fill.
Instead of empty.
Oh, instead of empty. Okay, that's a little something extra, but I guess it doesn't seem to matter so much. And Shadon also mentioned you can either use dull or twist on the blade the blacksmith holds up.
I thought that we were going to use dull, and we were going to put a monkey wrench in their plans.
Well, that's what we did. At least it dulled the blade. He was trying to sharpen the last one. But twist, yeah, I guess could have unstraightened a straightened blade.
I'm also wondering, could you use fire on the thorns?
Well, we didn't have a fire spell, so that's definitely times that you kind of want something like that to have been able to burn things.
Well, we did have. What did we do on the straw? We set the straw on fire.
But that wasn't us. That was the dragon.
Oh, the dragon set the straw on fire.
We made it look like terrorized her.
Oh, that's right. And she got scared, and then she set it on fire. Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at it. Really is amazing the amount of different spells that they use. I love the lovely I can't ever say it, Tchaikovsky music toward the end. And I really felt like we went into a cliffhanger mode.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much what it read, because it was kind of expecting two other games or something
which
like that.
Never did occur.
Yeah, which is kind of a shame. Where you could see, like, if they had two more games, if each was of a similar length, you add all three games up, you'd probably get something around 10 to 12 hours.
Yeah. But, of course, we did play Loom. We said we were going to play Loom, and we played it. And
took me 30 years.
So, Chad, it's a lot of time to get to this ending. But the thing is, about Loom, I thought it was good. It's, now you can ask us about Loom.
Yes, awesome.
But what I found interesting as we wrap up the stream here is I like the integration of the music. I'm a musical person, as you can often tell, because I sing a lot through, even when I'm talking. So I like the integration of the music. I love the background colors. The background colors to me are just amazing.
From things I've read before, they definitely talk a lot about the graphics and
too quiet. Not enough ambient sound in the background, so there's a lot of dead. Well, when we rewatch this stream, we're going to see there's a lot of dead times where we're looking down and there's no noise or anything. Maybe there's nothing wrong with that. The game. Yeah, and the ability to put more into it. I mean, they put voice acting in it, and to me, the voice acting. That was the
re-release.
Oh, okay. The re-release did voice acting. I can imagine the first release, having no voice acting, was extremely quiet. And so I have a little more fire crackling, some birds, owl hooting in the background would have brought a lot more to the game. I think somebody could take Loom and make it even better. Not that any game couldn't be taken and make it better, but I do think that there are a lot of possibilities. I'm not sure that, because Chad's never messed around with the LucasArts, I'm not sure that that's something you could even get into.
Oh, most likely. I mean, that's what Scum VM, that it essentially finds interpreted games and things like that. whether you're talking about the Overseer games or the Scum VM games, or the Scum games. That's how it's able to kind of just, play those older games and things like that. So,
Don said that I think the music was actually the impetus for making the game.
yeah, and you have the swans and things like that. So
Which is really cool, and I did like how they integrated that swan. I was wondering how the swan was going to work, but when they said something about transcending, and Hetchel turns into a black duck.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you transcend to another plane, you get to be a swan. But if you're breaking the rules, then you get turned into a black duck.
Unless it was supposed to be a black swan or something, but it looked like
I think it was a duck. They based it on Swan Lake. There was a Swan Lake overture added to the game with an MT32 music driver.
Yeah, and from what I read in the book, it mentioned that the original game came with a cassette that was also had a half-hour long introduction to the game or something.
I always thought that the Swan Lake one was the ugly duckling. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Wasn't the black swan?
The black swan was the sticking out from everyone else. Loom was kind of like the child loom, or bobbin was definitely like the black sheep. If there was a black sheep of the loom world, then that was bobbin, and even the elders and everyone else. Game paused and we hit the end. We beat the game, per Philin. Yep. And don't ask me about Loom. Actually, you could now, according to Don, you could ask me about Loom. So Bobbin was like the black sheep of his group, and so often it's the black sheep. Like even the guy who does the Black Cauldron, he is the black sheep of his game. And he rises above everything to be the hero.
Well, that's kind of not necessarily the black sheep, but sort of the hero from nowhere. But you see that repeated so often, it's the farmer boy who suddenly becomes the child of destiny or something.
Well, yeah, we were talking about Link and going to watching Twilight Princess is what we're doing right now, and why doesn't Link remember? I'm wearing my Link shirt, by the way. Why doesn't Link remember that he met Zelda 20 other times? Why?
Just keeps happening.
It's like he's living deja vu. It's Link in deja vu world, because he never remembers that he's the hero. He always has to go out and get the damn 4 swords and then the Master Sword and the shield and
go find a bunch of stuff
and the boomerang and the bombs. Okay.
We got heavy rain and hail today. Our backyard is like a swamp now. Watch out for the alligators.
Per Philin answered and said it was amnesia. But it's true. Link always forgets that he's the hero.
Or it's just sort of a cycle that keeps respawning.
So he's living in this perpetual deja vu world where he never grows up and he's Peter Pan.
Or it's always just a new one, and kind of like Ganon being reborn. So.
Well, see, maybe that's it. Maybe for every single part of Link's life, there's always an asshole trying to ruin it. Well, hopefully your backyard isn't too much of a swamp. Hopefully we didn't put too many of you people asleep with very quiet stream. We are going to return next week, and we are Leisure Suit Larrying it. I think 7. I want to see Leisure Suit Larry's. I want to see the cursor. That's kind of
okay. Well, I have to make sure it works. I think it was an SCI game, so we'll have to make sure we can still run it. So.
We're definitely, wrapping up right now. Thank you. Yep, here we go.
With scratch and sniff.
Thank you, Don. I hope you come for the Leisure Suit Larry streams that are going to occur. We do have the disc. We do have the scratch and sniff card, which has never been used before.
No, I've used it before.
Oh, you have
I mean,
done the
it's
cyber
still
sniff?
Yeah, it's still pretty good shape. See, it's not... Well, you have to scratch
you have to scratch it, but...
Did you learn that in 2nd grade?
Is that Love for Sale?
Yes, that's the 7th one.
Oh, okay.
So...
And so anyway, so we're going to go ahead and move it on down and actually get off early. Well, I guess we could do Space Quest Historian. We don't have that many.
He's been going through the King's Quest and doing kind of snarky videos, and now he's doing King's Quest 7.
He's recording it. It's silent.
Yeah, so it's silent. So
he's
there
not.
won't be any...
It really wouldn't be a good raid, in my opinion. We'll do McTeddy Plays. We haven't done McTeddy Plays in a while, and he's playing a Mega Man 6. So... thanks for the stream, and he's hating it. Yeah, well, that's true. You know,
I don't doubt it. It'll be interesting.
He's ready for Space Quest type of game.
King's Quest 7 was my least favorite of the first 7. And I think for me, it's I
loved it.
By the time I got to it, I was already an adult. So, you know, the Disney-ish element to it, I wasn't a big fan of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not all horrible, but I mean, it definitely, when you get to it, and just from the opening scene, like, oh, what do you know? Princess, she's bored, and she's defiant against the parents, and off she goes. And it's definitely very much even animated to kind of look like a Disney film. And there were other things I didn't care for. Some of the puzzles were kind of wonky, very moon logic. Valenice drove me nuts. I mean, she's going around like being snotty, but then expecting like, so go do it yourself. Me? Why should I do something?
I
like,
have
no, go
little or no doubt that Space Quest Historian dislikes 7. Also, he's going to hone in on Valenice's spoiled and awful attitude, and even Rosella's stupidity. So it's no doubt. I liked it. I mean, I was like, you know, that's one I want to play later on in the year. We played some of it. We did play through the Halloween.
Yeah, we did.
Which is
like chapter 4.
I never liked the spider, of course.
Yeah.